What's up, guys? Welcome to Media Glitch, and we are in my game room / man cave / just hangout spot.
Is it a cave if it's on the second floor?
It's true.
It's like a man loft.
It's a man loft.
Man loft.
Man loft. So, and this is our roundtable session. If you don't know what the roundtable session is, it's for you guys, of course, but we actually do it with our Patreons. Mm-hmm. So we have Patreons in the chat. They actually pick the topic that we talk about as well. And this one, it's been a while since we've actually seen each other. Like, you guys see Media Glitch episodes going up, but we shot those months ago.
Right.
Yeah.
And I like to take November and December off. We'll get into that. But what we wanted to do was kind of catch up on everyone's lives, what we've been doing. Dustin's not here. Alex ain't here. John
at some point, I guess.
John's at a charity benefit. Yeah, if we can finish that
I
whole
messaged
Dustin
him.
conversation.
Yeah.
So John's doing good things. So,
He's just sorting through his junk over the Christmas break here.
yeah, he's doing some
All of
things
his
with his
weird
junk.
junk.
Yeah, and so it's cool because we get to interact with our Patreon people, and then this gets uploaded as an episode. So
Right.
It says, hi, Joel, Dylan, Miranda, Tommy, to cover you all. So, some of you guys might not even know who Tommy is. So Tommy is our producer,
Yeah,
the
I'm
Media Glitch producer.
behind the scenes for the most part.
So, but anytime
You
we...
can tell because he wears a hat.
Yeah,
That's right, the producer hat. That's what that is, right?
we all are producers then.
Except for
Oh.
Miranda.
Yeah.
So,
Producing credit has been removed.
Aw.
So first, before we get into today's
Find a
topic,
hack here
which
somewhere.
is the state of open world video games, which was requested by our good friend Paul Noxie. What is it? 847.
He's Agent 47
Oh,
from Hitman, your favorite game
Hitman,
ever.
yeah. Okay.
No.
But what we're going to do, again, like I said, we're going to talk about what we've been doing. So, Tommy, let's just start with you, producer man. And talking about producing,
Yeah.
are you allowed to say anything or no?
Yeah, I think we are. Let's see, we've been working on, the three of us here, actually, have been working on a show.
They left me
That's
out.
coming up.
So I'm so hard to work with. Such a
right.
diva.
Such a diva.
Such a diva. It's a role playing game show that's kind of like I don't know, I guess kind of in the vein of like Critical Role and stuff,
Yeah.
but it's set in the Iron Kingdoms role playing game.
Yeah.
And so the world Miranda is most familiar with, because Miranda is the game master for the show,
Turns out,
and so
I'm not referencing the old rule book. I'm just referencing it for other things.
and yeah, exactly.
You've been reading this since we got here. Is there a reason?
Yeah, I'm poking through it because it has a bunch of information about the world that we interact with, and so I need it to build the story.
So this is board game, right?
This is-
Or not? What do you call
A
it?
role playing game.
Role playing.
Yeah.
That-
like
that's what
Dungeons,
Dungeons
and
and
Dragons. Yes.
Yeah.
So not like Warhammer.
No, it's not a tabletop miniature game. It's an RPG before video games co-opted that
Term.
that term.
Okay,
Right.
It's been around
gotcha.
before video games were doing
I have
it.
a ton of Dungeons and Dragons books up here.
Oh yeah?
They're old school.
Oh yeah,
I'll have to
that's
sh-
right.
Have
They're
I show
like
you
the
them
ones
before?
that you'd been collecting for years because you always thought they were kind of cool, but
Well,
you've never
but-
played.
Because I didn't know how to read when I was a kid.
Yeah.
So I wasn't able to do that. And I've always wanted to play it. And then you guys are making a show and you don't even invite me. Like, what does that mean?
It's
like,
not a Dungeons and
who are your
Dragons
friends?
Not
show.
Dungeons and Dragons.
It's
To be
Iron
fair, I
Kingdoms.
suppose
That's
he
true.
might be eligible at any point to come on as a guest.
Yeah, you
Sure.
totally are.
Yeah.
You'd have to learn a little bit about the world though, so that you
Yeah.
know what you were in for.
But in all fairness, you guys know I'm like insanely busy, so that's probably
Yeah.
another reason why.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
True.
and so this has been making us insanely busy, and I've been building so many things.
And let me just say, because it's filmed in the same studio that Media Glitch is, but you did a phenomenal job,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
I wouldn't even know that was our studio.
Yeah,
You
if
built
you
these walls.
Turn the camera 180 degrees, and that's the set
The
for.
other side.
Oh,
yeah.
so it's actually right.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's opposite.
You know what? For some reason, I thought like behind
It
those
was just
walls.
right over.
Was it Media Glitch?
No, behind those walls was that the monster machine we have, the Coca-Cola. Like I thought it
Oh,
was
yeah.
there. For
Oh.
some reason, I do not know why, dude.
What in the world?
I know, dude. It makes no sense now when I think about it.
Yeah, no.
When I
it's-
say it out loud.
It's when you turn around. It's in fact it's filmed over the Albuquerque Inquisition show.
Yeah.
I believe like where their set is where ours is set.
Okay, cool.
So we come in since we shoot once a month, but we come in and basically set the whole set up. Like we have to completely break it down and completely set it up.
Yeah.
every
But you
time
shoot a
we
whole
film.
month's
Oh.
worth of episodes, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
On a random side note, I'll have to show you a little later on, but I found a video of something that was shot in our studio, like a long time ago. Like, but using that, you know how those windows are on the set? Yeah, I found a video.
Oh, the windows with the
Yeah,
green
like
screen?
a U Studios like interview of like some celebrity that took place there. So I'll show you guys
Okay,
later, but it's
interesting.
cool.
Okay. Neat.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, the show looks amazing, guys.
Yeah.
That's dropping next month. Is that correct?
It should
Am
be
I allowed
like
to-
mid-January.
Mid-January. So
So we'll see.
it's gonna be exciting. Now I'm gonna say this. The chat says you guys need to teach me Kill Team. I don't even know what that is.
Oh no, yeah, we have to
I'd have
teach
a
you how
better
to play
shot
Kill
teaching
Team.
Teach
him
me.
the video game Kill Team, but it's a miniature game. It's a skirmish
okay.
level, so it's only like a few miniatures. But
Gotcha.
Are you guys allowed to tell
It's
them
a
the
little
name?
easier.
The name of the show?
The name of the show
Are you announcing the
yeah.
name of the show yet?
Yeah.
to
Yes,
look
to-
out for?
Yeah, the name of the show is Tabletop Heroes.
Tabletop Heroes. That's great.
Tabletop Heroes: The Iron Kingdoms.
Okay.
Because the show is a show that exists, and we can change games if we want, but we're playing the Iron Kingdoms right now.
I will say this. I'm glad it's not Warhammer. Nothing, and I am not trying to stereotype Warhammer players, but I will say this. If you haven't gone and liked our Facebook Media Glitch page, please go and do that now. We recently had Miranda's Warhammer,
Adeptus Mechanicus review up,
yeah, go, I don't know, mini viral, I guess. It was
Yeah.
like,
It's pretty cool.
it was a
Viral
lot,
for
a
us,
lot of
that's for
views.
sure.
A lot of views came in, and holy cow, I've never had to delete so many comments. Toxic community.
Well,
Some cool people. There were some really cool people, I will say that.
Like Paul.
like
but-
Paul.
yeah, like
Like
Paul.
the 40K universe.
But holy cow, Miranda. Some of the things, I didn't even know you could put that on Facebook.
It's the internet.
Oh my goodness. Y'all, crazy. Tripping. So I'm glad to hear it's not a 40K game or something like that. Because
There is
Oh my gosh.
there is an RPG version of 40K,
Yeah.
but that's
Yeah.
not what we're exploring yet. No, the community. There's always going to be a vocal minority of
it's hit and
weirdos,
miss.
but yeah, I mean, generally, I've been pretty fortunate.
Or maybe I was thinking, maybe that's just the nature of viral videos too. Right?
Yeah, because
You know what I mean?
It puts it in front of tons of people, and it's just you don't know who, and so they're not like
Exactly.
fans,
Fans
you've
of the
been
show.
cultivating. It's just any rando with an opinion. You know what I mean? And so like,
Did you see that one
it gets
guy
a
that
little
I went
rougher.
on acting like I was you, and I changed him? His,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we
changed
just
him
reading
all.
that one, yeah.
yeah.
Where he's like, well, I don't want to come off like that exactly. It's like, well,
Was that a YouTube
but-
comment guy?
No, it was,
No,
it was a
Facebook
Facebook
comment.
comment, but he was really mean, and I went in and I just like,
Yeah.
because I'm like super nice to the trolls, and I always end up
Like converting
You know,
converting them
Yeah.
over. Yeah.
so it's kind of funny because like it's weird to me when people are like, oh, you know, like, oh, they just got some girl to come in and blah blah blah, and it's like Miranda's been doing a wargaming channel for like 7 years,
And there were people that came on and defended her, like, no, that's Wargamer Girl, man.
Yeah.
yeah, it's like
Which was awesome. I was like,
it's been a,
cool, man.
Like she's
So,
not.
yes, I appreciate those fans. Thank you.
Yeah, it's like there's videos of her playing Warhammer with mini wargaming and with like stuff like that. Like she's not random, but there's so many people that play it that you know,
Mhm.
even if you have like, you know, like mini wargaming has over 300,000 subscribers,
Right.
and even there's still tons of people that never watch their stuff, and so it's a huge like really deep pool of people that are in the 40K universe and all. But it's just
Oh, they're
interesting because
picky,
it's
too.
like, it's a
Yeah.
lot of like. They, you know, for what is it? I guess 40K was in the 80s with Rogue Trader, but with that, there were like 5 girls in the entire universe that played 40K
Yeah.
at the time, played Rogue Trader at the time, and so over the years, it's a lot more of a
Even.
recent thing
Yeah.
where there's more
Yeah.
girls that have come in and played and stuff, and so
yeah,
there's
they
a lot
all
of people.
thought we were making buco bucks on this thing.
Oh yeah, right.
And I was like, And I even
Like, you
commented
hired
once.
an
I was like, I
actress
bet
to
she
come in.
wishes this was the case.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
You know?
Yeah, no, we just hired this actress.
Yeah,
we came in-
dude.
Yeah, right.
She's clearly reading a script. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she could get you all the information, you know, like
Yeah, she was reading the script she wrote.
yeah, exactly.
That's
It was a
a
trip.
lot of people do this.
And
It's
what
not
blows
even-
my mind is you when you started the review. Now this is what the nature of the roundtable, guys. It just goes wherever.
Yeah,
Right. And this is what we
just-
wanted. But you go, hey, let's look at Warhammer 40,000, which is the title of the game.
Yeah.
And then
But
people were
because you
upset.
didn't say 40K,
Yep.
Which
you
is
need
the
to be hung
colloquial.
on a tree. And you know what I mean?
Well,
I knew
But
when you had
it's-
said that, I was like, that's really weird for you to be saying that. Like, you
But
should.
that's the name.
Because
That is the
that
name.
is the exact.
it's the
when-
actual name.
The name on the
Yeah.
game
I know.
is that. It says 40,000. That's like going, hey man, have you seen Empire Strikes Back? And you go, and you mother, it's called Empire, and frickin' punch me. Everyone calls it Empire. Not Empire Strikes Back, but it's called Empire Strikes Back. Doesn't matter.
Well, it's like they're saying like, oh, since you're using the full name, that means you're not in the
you
know.
don't.
You're not
It means
exactly.
you
You're
don't
not
know
part
anything
of the.
about.
There's
It's
so
just
many
like-
comments that went like, oh, I lost this blankety blank when she said 40K.
Yeah, just like
Or,
what-
or
40,000.
4,000.
yeah, we're watching. This 40K AdMech is the name of this. You know, it's like come on.
It
you
blew
know?
my
Turns
mind.
out it's not. Yeah, I don't like slang in general anyway because War Machine is riddled with it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
have terrible-
And they have all kinds of alternate names for models, which I find to just be confusing and kind of awful for any new players coming in. So I don't use
Yeah.
it at all. And so, yeah, I just spill it over into 40K. And while 40K is fine in casual conversation, if you're doing anything with the remote level of professionalism, you should say the whole name.
So
Well,
we,
and there's a lot of people who just play the video games that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly,
That's all
they
you
probably
play.
yeah, they're just like
They
I'm
probably
sure
read it
Space
as
Marine-
40,000. Yeah.
Well,
you
how
know?
many people do you think played Space Marine that never played any other 40K stuff? Like,
Right.
Space Marine was huge, and a lot of
it's a
people
lot of
played
fun.
it. It's a lot of fun, very action game, and they're just like, yeah, this was neat. I don't
Yeah.
know what's a 40K. You know?
I
There's
showed
probably
Is that a
some
somebody
guy
retirement
called-
plan?
who doesn't know anything about like Warhammer 40,000, and he went and saw the Adeptus Mechanicus review, and he's like, this game looks cool. So
So we
Who
want
was
to
that?
pay attention to
A
our
friend of mine.
Patreon
Oh,
people
yeah.
too. So it says, I'm not on Facebook, but I heard all about the Facebook responses. Wow, no. Also, my local GameStop, my local Games Workshop
Yeah.
Yes.
knew
Workshop.
who Miranda was before I even mentioned her.
that's good.
Good job.
Yeah, and I remember like Happy Council Gamer writes me one time. He's like, "Dude, you got Wargamer Girl on your show." Like it's it's like
Well, he was randomly looking up what Space Hulk.
yeah.
Like Space Hulk games. Yeah.
I'm working on another one. Really? We're going to play another Space Hulk game.
Which one are you playing?
I don't know. I haven't played Nids yet.
Okay, you play the Nids. I guess I'll lose.
See, like if I did that, I don't know what they're talking about. If I did that review,
I'm sorry.
then they could
Killing
all of those comments would have been valid.
That's right.
You know what I mean? So anyway, moving on, Miranda. What's new? What have you been up to? I haven't seen you in a while.
Reading. All of the reading when I'm not playing Vermintide with Paul on Steam because I love Vermintide too. It's so fun.
The new content that came out is actually really
So
cool.
you're playing. I've been playing a lot with Intrigued Gamer.
Yeah.
And he's a Patreon too on Black Desert. So it's
Oh,
cool
yeah.
that we're actually connecting and playing games with our Patreon people. That's awesome.
Yeah. Well, those
Yeah.
are
Well,
the
Paul's
super
just a
fans.
friend anyway.
Right, yeah. Well, they do end up becoming friends
That's
because like
true.
it's weird for me
Yeah.
to say Intrigue Gaming instead of his actually real name, but I don't know if he wants that
That's fair.
online. You know?
Paul just puts in his username so he gets what he gets. But yeah, so I've been playing.
Space Hulk.
I've been
That's
playing
what Paul
Vermintide 2 a little bit, and then reading a whole lot of stuff for the IKRPG because, of course, we're working on the show, and
Yeah.
so everything for the
Well-
last 3 months has sort of been bent toward that.
So we
Right.
filmed, like that's part of the thing is we've actually filmed the first 4 episodes already.
Yeah.
It's just they're in post
That was
now,
fun.
and then by the time the first episode goes, we will have actually filmed 4 more
Second
episodes.
shooting date,
So it'll be
yeah.
the second shooting. So we'll have filmed 8 episodes in by the time the first one airs.
Right.
And
Yay!
so it's not like
Nice.
we're busy gearing up. We've been busy gearing up. We've actually been busy shooting too.
Yeah, those couple months before the shoot,
Yeah.
it was
Oh.
bananas for
Sleepless nights.
everyone.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
it was
Yeah.
literally.
Did you see the
sleepless.
comments where people think I'm just drunk?
Drunk.
Yeah.
I actually had to write a Twitter response
Yeah.
because I was getting personal messages like, "Bro, did you
Did you fall off the
fall.
wagon?
Yeah, like
Oh, no.
I'm like, no, dude, you don't get it. We work like crazy, all
Yeah.
of us, just like
Well,
insane.
So really, what it is we need like 100 times more patrons. That way, our
we could,
day
yeah,
jobs.
we could like throw the day work.
Because
to the
yeah, I mean,
side.
there's a lot of like working normie jobs on this couch that like eats up a lot of time, and so doing this
yeah.
stuff, doing Media Glitch, doing Wargamer Girl, doing
Right.
like Tabletop Heroes, any of that stuff, like that's on top of
Right.
a ton of
normal.
hours that people are putting in already just
True.
in their normal job. So
And Miranda, you came in here with a new hairdo. I haven't seen
Yeah.
it. You cut a lot off, huh?
I cut 16 inches of hair off
What?
to be donated.
That's a small child. Well, really small child. Maybe a newborn. I don't know. Actually, is that a big newborn too? I don't know.
I don't know. I'm trying to remember.
You don't remember when
It's
you
been-
came out?
Well,
Tommy's all like, yeah, just right.
my daughter came out about over 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I can just say, and so I don't fully remember. I'm trying to remember what it was.
My daughter
because
was
they measure
this big.
ounces, and then
Oh
like,
wow.
So her foot from the tip of my finger, she came from here. She was 4 pounds.
wow,
Oh
that's
wow,
tiny.
that
Asia.
is really tiny.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why, like, you
Little
see
big.
Asia when she's hanging out with her
Yeah.
friends, like her friends, and then Asia, and then her friends.
Yeah.
You know, because she's so preemie. So
Yeah, but she
But
caught
it-
up, didn't she?
It works
No,
out when
she's-
you're a
She's a
girl.
tall kid now.
no, she's small
Is she
compared.
still small?
Yeah.
I don't know. She always seems so tall.
You
to me.
don't know how tall kids
I don't know
are.
anything about kid ages. I know
Yeah.
they have like the non-talking age where they poop themselves, and then there's like the different age
Yeah.
before they
Miranda's
leave your
parenting
house.
book will be coming
Miranda
out.
herself
Summer.
doesn't even remember being a kid. So it's like,
I was always
Miranda
I
never
was the
was a
type of
kid?
kid who just wanted to be an adult. Like I was just that kid who always wanted to hang out with the adults. I couldn't wait to be a grown up so I could live on my own. Like as long as I can remember.
no, I was the kid. I would sit at the table with the adults, and as the kids were going, I'm like, hey, chill, dude. We're trying to have a conversation here. You know, like
Yeah.
I was always here, and all these other kids are like, I don't know, like
I was-
I would never.
I was off like next to the moon. Like I didn't care about adults. I didn't care about anybody. I was just like that kid that's off in his own imagination somewhere, like
Right.
not paying attention to anything.
Dreaming
That was
up.
pretty much me as a kid.
I wanted to be that kid, but my parents are always still stuck me at the kids' table. So
You're
Is
still
what
a
it
kid,
is.
aren't you?
still
you
a
go
kid.
home and visit, and they're like, no,
Yeah,
that table, Dylan.
yeah,
Go sit over there.
With
That's
the
true.
dogs.
yeah.
He's just like sitting there.
Go sit over there with your own kids, right? Like even when he has his own kids,
Yeah.
he's like, you go sit there with your kids at the table. It's like, wait a minute.
Yes, exactly.
You all work insane amount, but it's amazing and appreciated. Thank you, Paul.
I was always the conversation kid.
Aw.
That's what
That's
what Paul
what
says.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, Dylan, what have you been up to?
I've been working a lot. Also, Black Friday, I bought myself a Switch finally. So
Yeah, that seemed
Oh,
odd that
yeah.
you were like, hey, should we play Smash Brothers tonight? I was like, oh, you got a Switch.
Yeah. So I bought myself a Switch. GameStop was having a deal. Like you bought the Switch, you got a $50 gift card. So bought that in Breath of the Wild.
I was gonna say, forget Smash Brothers. What have you been playing?
All right,
Like,
yeah. So I've been playing. Well, I've been playing Smash Brothers at my friend's house. I don't own it, but I have access to it.
Oh, okay.
And then Breath of the Wild. I've just been like engrossed in that. So
That's a big one, huh?
which will be our topic for later about open world games. But
Okay.
it's amazing. So
Nice.
Right.
And
Yeah.
you've been working too.
been working too.
I've been trying to get a review out of this guy
Yeah.
for like a month and a
I
half.
have a very late Media Glitch review.
we just
Very
ended up getting
late.
As
a
we
new
all do.
job.
I have
Yeah.
two. There's two that I needed to review for a long time. So we kind of
Yeah.
fell behind. We
Yeah.
had a big staff.
It's coming into the new year, new stuff, so it'll be cool.
So cool. And then me, I have just been writing my next movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been? You've been
Oh yeah,
scribbling
man.
a lot.
Yep, I've been scribbling a lot. And
Nice. I didn't know that.
yep. Well, yeah, that's why I haven't worked any job in December. So like I've just been locked in this
Okay.
room, you know,
Yeah.
Just writing.
writing. A lot of it is because I get like crazy about like, okay, this is his character's name, but it's because of this and this and this, and it connects to all these things, and
Yeah.
so it takes me so long. and I realized the whole day's gone, and all I did is came up with 3 names. You know what I mean? But
Is there what is it? Is there anything you can talk about? You don't have to.
I
But
can
if there's like
I can say that it's my it's my bloodiest movie to date. My first movie, I only killed 1 person. The second movie you've seen, it's got blood, but not too bad, right? It's only like a
You're talking about Beautiful Prison?
yeah.
It's got a decent amount.
It's got
well, there's the guy
It's got the
barfing the
undead.
blood on
Yeah.
it does have the undead,
right on his face, so I guess
that's-
Yeah.
I don't know how they go because they're not real bloody anymore. They're just sort of coagulated blood that's
Yeah.
wandering around.
Yeah.
Fair
So
enough, yeah.
this one is like I'm just gonna make people walk out. I think.
now is this the movie that is inspired by that movie we all went to see together?
Yes,
So
and that had a ton of blood, and it's mine probably gonna
yes,
have
it
more.
did.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the new one you liked more is your favorite movie now.
Shut it. Get the heck out of here. We're talking about. I don't even know if I want to say it, but we're talking about Suspiria. I'll say that. Why?
Joel loved
You
the
know.
new one. It was great.
Shut
It's
it
his new
down.
favorite.
I
Super
love
fun to go watch
I
with
love
your
the
dad.
Argento movie. There was a lot to love about it, but there was way more to hate about it. I feel
On the
like,
new
in
one?
the end. Yeah, like it just
I would agree. I think
it just wasn't.
because it had a lot of stuff that I did enjoy. I enjoyed the atmosphere and that it was
Mhm.
building and stuff. But it was like a play with about what was it 9 acts? Something like that.
19. It
It
felt
was a
like
lot.
it's so long.
Yeah, after a while.
And then
it
when
was
you
kinda like,
figure
eh.
out the bad part of doing that, when you figure out that's what they're doing, and you know, like they have like this little, what do you say, like a frame that goes around the.
Oh yeah.
So you know, once it reaches, then you get to the end.
It's like almost a progress bar.
And
It's
yeah,
going
exactly,
around.
like loading to get to
Was
the end.
odd.
And then when you get to here, you're feeling it. You're like, oh,
Oh,
my
yeah.
gosh, we still have all this to go.
No, that's when you first start noticing. You're like, Act 4. Oh, this is a 4 act, like not a 3. Okay. and
Oh,
you-
yeah.
Wait a
Turns out
minute.
it's
That
like
little thing
7
is.
acts.
Oh, that thing's been moving, and it is nowhere near, like where it's gonna end. Oh my God, how long is this?
I'm sad I missed this. It sounds like quite the experience. I've not seen the new Suspiria.
I've never
I've
seen
seen
the
the
old
old
one.
one.
I haven't seen the old one either.
We need to do a
be
movie
fair.
night with Joel so he can show
Yeah.
us the old one because I think
Yeah.
that's his favorite. It's your favorite movie, right?
No, it's not my favorite movie, but it's probably on my top 10.
Okay.
All right,
Oh.
you show us the old Suspiria, and we'll find you a new Neil Breen movie.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I
Oh.
want to see that one, dude. The twins.
We'll do that, and then we'll do. In fact, we should come over and binge watch the Karate Kid, Cobra Kai.
I'd watch Cobra Kai again. I still have YouTube.
I haven't
Joel
seen
hasn't
it.
seen Cobra Kai yet.
I
Have you
did
not
get
seen
it eventually.
So
I
do
do
you-
have all the episodes now, finally.
Oh, do you?
And it was something I wanted to do on this break. So.
Oh, okay, yeah. Like I don't know. I'm a big fan of Cobra Kai. I think they did a great job.
Yeah.
Paul commented, by the way.
Yeah, Paul said, tell Dylan Victor is now level 22. He's talking about Vermintide, so.
Yeah, I'm only level 20
pretty
with
close.
Carillion, and I need to catch her up.
Is
I think
level 30
35 is the max.
There's
Is this
holiday.
Vermintide 2 or the
Yeah,
first one?
Vermintide 2.
Okay. I got the first one.
Well, there's a holiday going
So-
right now, isn't there?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think it's
Then
is
maybe-
it double XP, Paul? Is it like some reason I need to go on like right away when I get home and start playing? I could use the break.
And you guys are playing on PC?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a. Is
Are
it
you,
on anything else?
Oh, you know, it's not on PS4 yet, but Vermintide 1 is.
Are you
I think.
playing
Oh,
the
okay.
Zealot, Paul? Is that what you're playing?
Yeah, he's got his
Yeah,
zealot.
he
Zealot?
plays
Yeah.
as Salt
Good
Spire.
choice. Saltspire was my main in the first Vermintide. Now I'm playing Sienna.
Paul needs to
Yeah,
get
double
over
Like,
it.
XP.
Double XP.
This is a good
Play
segue
Royale.
to what else I've been doing.
Yep.
Because around Thanksgiving, I loaded up a game we reviewed,
Oh, no.
Miranda reviewed. Around Thanksgiving.
Is it the one with the baby arm that like?
No.
stretches
No,
it?
that is so horrifying.
No, it was Black Desert Online.
Okay.
And since Thanksgiving, I'm over 600 hours logged in. AFK, you can do AFK stuff, so a lot of that's that. But, and man,
That's funny because my Steam tracks all your stats for all your games. My most hours in any game is Team Fortress 2 at like 890 something hours. And that's over like the whole lifespan of Team Fortress. And you have 600 and what? Or 600 hours roughly?
I don't know, I could check.
That's crazy.
Let me
That's
see.
just
I haven't done slash
cow.
played on any of my Warcraft characters in a long time, but I've had like hundreds of days
Hundreds of days?
What's
Yeah.
it say?
617,
Have you
Joel.
had a year yet?
I don't know. If
In
you
under-
add them all together,
in
In
probably.
two
under a
months.
month.
Yeah, oh, in under a month?
Yeah, because I started in
no,
Thanksgiving,
no,
which
oh.
was just a little over a month. When was
That's-
Thanksgiving? What day was that?
That's too
20th.
much. That's like you haven't turned off the game since you got it.
23rd,
I
actually.
know, dude.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah,
So
but
and that's
there-
with me playing Team Fortress 2 over like 3 years.
Paul says, I looked into Black Desert Online. I like the look a ton, but not for me. I know
Paul.
what you mean.
Join us. You don't know the power of the
I'm
Black Desert Online.
I'm waiting for Crowfall. Crowfall seems like it's gonna be really cool.
Is
So
that
Tommy's
another
the one who
MMO?
loves MMO RPGs.
Oh,
Dude,
yeah, I
come
love
in
it.
with us, man. Just give it a shot.
You already looked
You already
at
have it loaded on your
You
computer.
do not want
I
to
don't have
hear
it on
him
mine.
talking
I'll give
about
you a-
Black Desert Online while you're playing. Like he
I can
will
give-
just
I can give
rip
Tommy a
it
code.
up and down. You
There's-
won't stop. You will feel.
There's some
Your gameplay
things that I
diminished
feel
for
like
it.
it's lacking is all. But it's I don't know. There's a certain.
But you haven't played
world
it
building.
really that much. So
Well,
you have
He
to-
I've-
hates the combat system.
Yeah, I don't like the combat system.
because
so
it's not
much.
turn-based.
No.
Well, Warcraft's not
It's just very spammy, I guess.
I
You
don't
where
know.
you just
Warcraft.
spam the crap
Warcraft
out
is
of the
very
keys and-
spammy.
No, Warcraft sort of, but they kind of
Warcraft
what is it,
can
like,
do no
it's-
wrong. Huh?
it's queued
With
up.
its eyes.
Oh
Oh,
no.
Warcraft does so much wrong. Warcraft
no.
is the disappointing child
Don't-
that you wish you could
it's-
just
It's
know,
equal parts.
take
War-
back
alright,
to rehab.
Warcraft, yeah, like
If we were
Warcraft
to
is
talk
that
about
child who, like
Warcraft-
the A+ student who's like right now in rehab for heroin.
Tommy can
It's
talk
like
about
what it is,
Warcraft.
like, where you're like, what happened? You know, like it was so promising.
Tommy could talk about Warcraft for probably, I swear to you, and I kid you not, 3 days straight. I'm talking a full 72 hours
To
of
be fair,
non-stop discussion.
Tommy could talk about anything for 3 days.
Yeah.
straight, dude. Like
like
he's like.
thoughts
it-
on things.
That's why I like having him here because he just has something to say about everything. I'm not don't mean any disrespect,
it's not even an exaggeration.
but usually I'm the one that has to kind of cater and keep the
Carry.
conversation.
Like, carry a conversation.
I like hanging out with him because I can be like, cool man, go.
You just let
like,
him go.
yeah, dude, let it
So
go.
would you guys want to see a multi-part dissertation on the state of World of Warcraft? Because that was pitched right
Oh yeah,
before we started.
yeah, right before
Yeah.
we started, huh?
Yeah, well, I'd mentioned it, right? I think.
But do you want
I might end up
72
doing
hours
that.
worth of World of Warcraft discussion topics?
I could.
What is the chat
I
saying?
could do an entire.
Paul just mentioned.
Paul says, my only thing with MMOs, I need a story to end, then go back. I don't like MMOs that never end.
See, I don't think MMOs are a story though. Like it's your story, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Whereas an MMO will have stories in it, and those stories can end, but it's not like the whole game is over now. It's just it's almost like a what do you call it? Like it's like a library, if you could think of it that way, where it's like yeah, there's a lot of books, a lot of stories, and they all have endings, but you're still in a library and you still pick up another book. Well, an MMO is supposed to be like a game that's more like the library than the book, and so even though
Keep going.
because there's a lot of things where you're like, oh, well, there's this character, and you have this whole, I don't know, like even right now, Sylvanas is a big thing in Warcraft, but like she's been in since before World of Warcraft started, you know, back in like Warcraft 3. And so there's this big long arc, and there's a lot of story, and there's all this and that.
What have you
But that's
done?
not the only thing there.
Hey, I didn't
I'm just
start
kidding.
it.
I'm answering Paul.
I know. I'm just
Well,
kidding.
Yes,
Paul
all
said-
about chat.
Paul said he would like more of what you just said.
So, our topic for today is the state of open world games.
Cool.
I
Yeah.
think
State
I
of
think
them.
that that's like, and that would be part of what I would do, as far as like the WoW discussion and stuff. Because if any, all right, so Joel doesn't know, but Joel will learn when he plays Dungeons and Dragons one day. Everybody knows that you take 50 feet of rope, right? Everybody, like anytime anyone's ever made a character, you're looking through that book. And you're like, okay, I have my character. I have X amount of gold. What am I going to buy? I'm going to get some equipment.
You fill out your
And
backpack.
every single person who's ever played the game is like, oh, 50 feet of rope. Well, that's so useful for an adventurer. I'm going to buy that. Everyone has 50 feet of rope in their backpack. Everyone who ever made a character in the history of, like, Dungeons and Dragons. I have yet to see an MMO that puts 50 feet of rope in your backpack. You know, like, where you, oh, well, here's a rope. Let me climb here. I can lower rope to my friends. Let me
I feel
attach
like
it to
I've
a
seen the
grappling
rope.
hook.
Right?
Warcraft has like things that you click on, and then your guy just kind of like
Lunges up.
Yeah.
teleports to the top of the thing.
Yeah, it's like a
essentially.
little. It might as well be a port key from Harry Potter or something.
Yeah,
it's just a teleport. is
Yeah,
all
it's
it
just
is.
some sort of like just weird animation.
And so
that
that's the
plays.
big thing is like MMOs are in the absolute like I just haven't seen it yet in any kind of like big living open world game where there are certain things where it's like no this what are you? You're an adventurer. Okay, cool. What do adventurers have? Already everybody's just like I don't know, what are the raids? What's the economy? What's the things that are in the and it's like
Right.
I guess but
Well, I
you
mean,
live in this one character. So,
in MMO, yes, but when it comes to single player experiences, there's games that come close to
oh
that.
yeah. No, and I mean, I think so. Like, and I think that's why do the open world games not like? All right, so whenever Warcraft came out, it's funny because you go back and you play like the first Legend of Zelda, like the first one on the NES.
Right.
You're like, oh my god, so much of this is so similar, all the way down to like the little teleports from dungeon to dungeon to like the little keys to unlock things like. Even what you have to have like to go into Molten Core, you'd have to have the fire suit. You have to have enough fire resist so you could be in
dark
the.
iron
But
plate.
it's like yeah, no, they took
Yeah.
so much from something like Zelda, who was just trying to be a guy adventuring in the world,
Right.
and then
He saves the world of Hyrule many times.
he adventures in it every
But-
one of those times.
He does,
That's
but it's,
okay.
but-
So
it's
Zelda's
important.
not an MMO. Zelda's
And-
not an
and thank
RPG.
But it
goodness.
is-
Zelda more. It is more of an open world.
It is an
game.
open
Well, wait a
world
minute.
game. Well,
Wait, is
MMOs
Zelda not
are.
an RPG?
It's an
No.
RPG.
There's
It's counted as an RPG.
there's
It is.
no experience.
You don't
No,
need.
but
you
you
don't
gain
need-
gear,
I
you
feel
gain
like you-
abilities.
No.
You get the
Mm-mm.
hook
Yeah, you-
shot, you
you-
get the
that's
what-
bracers that
Those
help you
are-
lift things
but
higher.
those are
It's classified.
items.
Well, hang on.
No.
I can tell you this.
I don't think it's an RPG.
you gain HP.
You gain hearts, yeah.
Yeah,
I
you
guess
do.
gain.
Your character progresses in this
Yeah.
like role playing.
Yeah.
Which is all that's
adventure,
needed. It doesn't
you
have to
know.
be a level. You don't have to have a level.
Yeah, you don't even.
Yeah.
In fact,
So
something
is
that's
it an open
interesting-
world RPG?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Like
what
I feel
call
like
it.
a Link's Adventure, Zelda 2,
The
is
weird side scroller?
yeah,
It
it's
is.
an
Well,
RPG.
Sometimes side scroller.
True, it's overhead at times as well,
Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
which I actually like probably better than the first
No.
one.
Well, it's honestly it feels more like the Final Fantasy games though,
Right.
where you're running
Well, with the
around
top.
and then
Yeah.
and now you're in an encounter.
Yeah.
It just, except for your encounter is just a action side scroller
It's not
instead of a
turn-based.
turn-based thing. But even in the first Zelda, I think is very much an RPG. It's just I mean
An
you're
open
just-
world
Open
RPG.
world
open world
Oh,
RPG,
okay.
and your character advances and grows. You gain extra gear. You gain extra extra hit points. You actually gain whenever you get
You get like magic and stuff like that.
the swords as they upgrade.
Yeah.
They cause you to do more damage, but then also what is
Like
it
the blue candle and the red candle, you
yeah.
get different upgrades to the gear.
Right.
Yeah, like there's a lot of upgrading.
There
a lot
is
of building you
meaningful
do with your
progression
character.
and
Yes.
and
And it's open world because you can go anywhere. You can go to
Yes.
level 8 right away and die, but you can go
Unless,
there.
unless you're just that good.
right. Or if we're talking about Ocarina of Time, you can almost kind of choose the order in which you do the medallions.
I should have announced too. We're going to be giving some games away to our
Yes.
Patreon.
We're giving like one game away.
So Paul will. I'm just kidding.
Paul,
you-
yeah.
I don't know. I was gonna ask you how you wanted to do that, but yeah,
doing?
it'll be basically for the Patreon people. You can randomize.
Right. We give.
Is that
I'm
not?
lo-
Is that you?
That is me, dude.
No way.
It really.
You had a beard like that
It's
one
weird.
time?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
did a
that-
video
that's
called
a cool
uh,
beard.
where he makes his son cry as he shaves it off.
Like so,
Anyways.
Trace, from the time he was born until I shaved that off, he didn't know it.
You need to bring it back.
A lot of people are like, and then I posted that one.
You're like no hair.
Yeah,
at all.
bring it back. Bring back the beard.
No.
You should
Hey,
just-
look at that. We got another Intrigue Gaming. What's up?
Oh yes,
Hey!
another Patreon. So see, we got two
Welcome.
people
What's Paul's name?
who can win the game to the
Um,
games.
So, to recap on what Paul's been saying so far is that, well, that's a little bit... Alright, so he doesn't like the drop dead stories of I guess... I
I'm
think
looking
that's
for the
in
actual
reference to
question
MMOs.
that he submitted.
Oh wait, a drop dead story?
Yeah.
He says where you progress through one storyline in an RPG and then stop, and then you have a bunch of tiny missions that don't matter afterward.
Right.
Yeah, that's.
I cannot find the post that he.
I guess one of the big things with I've seen a lot of actual complaints about this more recently in Warcraft because Warcraft is like now you are the one hero in this world
Yeah.
of heroes, but you're the one who saves Azeroth, and you're the one who does all this stuff, and so it's like,
Thanks,
Yeah, it's-
Khadgar. I
it's-
know you're telling that to all the girls you talk to.
yeah,
It doesn't feel meaningful when you look like right next to the other guy, and it's like,
you're like, hey, I have
I'm a
the
hero of
Ashbringer.
Azeroth.
I have the Ashbringer.
I must
have
be the most
Ashbringer.
powerful paladin. Oh wait, all 8 of you have Ashbringers
Yeah.
behind me. Like, Whereas a lot of people want to
It's
go back
weak.
to just being like, hey, I just want to be an adventurer
Right.
who's in a world full of these like huge Titanic
Okay.
characters.
Here's the actual question that was submitted
Okay.
for the round table that we said. Open world games. Some devs don't seem to be scaling up things to do equally with the size of the worlds they create. I guess Red Dead Redemption is probably a good...
Cool. Let's talk about Red
Because-
Dead Redemption.
Because you get on a horse, you got to
you
do a
guys been
mission,
playing
and
that?
it's 8 years away, from what I hear.
Here's the thing with Red Dead Redemption.
Paul knows about
Hold on,
that
let me
too.
finish it.
Oh,
It feels like the same amount of activities are just further apart. But you have games like Yakuza, which are a similar world but packed with content. I find myself sick of open worlds because I'm spending more time traveling than actually playing. Just me. Like, you know.
here's what I feel.
I would agree.
Here's what I feel is like a good indicator of a good open world game is like whenever you're in the open world, you have freedom of choice to go about and do things. You know, so Red Dead Redemption actually does this well. But what happens is the game actually pulls you out of that state whenever you go into the missions. You'll be this cowboy and you have like all these things you can do in the world that are kind of cool, you know. Oh, neat, there's a little, like, vista here that I can go take a look at. Look at this guy's little cabin. Oh, I accidentally shot a dude. Now I'm in trouble. Like,
Just accidentally.
yeah, because the game actually has, like, the button to talk to people is the same button to pull out your gun.
What?
So
I mean,
if you're not in the
The
correct...
developers did that on purpose.
Maybe
They're
that's
like,
what-
If
we're
you're not in the
gonna sow
same
chaos.
space, like the range to speak to them, you just pull out their gun and they're like, whoa, hold on, mister. And then they just, like, pull out their gun and shoot you. And
Maybe you're just talking without saying anything.
So, like, the game is ridiculous because they'll pull out their gun and shoot you, and then you'll pull out your gun to shoot them back to defend yourself, and some bystander will only see the act of you shooting them, and then you're in trouble. It's, I don't know, it's like this whole thing, but
Sounds like
the
life.
problem with open
Actually.
world games is
Sounds
compared to,
realistic.
like, nowadays, I feel like Red Dead Redemption can get a little stale, which may be a little controversial, due to what Paul said, that the distance between things isn't great. There's a giant world filled with stuff, but how meaningful is most of that stuff? Not really. And then once you get to the missions, you should have freedom of choice, but once you get onto the missions, what it does is it pulls you out of this open world, whereas before I can do all these things, and when you get to the mission, it's like, cool, now hop in the minecart, your hands and feet must be inside the vehicle at all times, and if you raise your hand or, like, kick your foot outside the door or do anything outside of this minecart, you fail the mission. And so that's Red Dead Redemption, as compared to... when I was taking a look at this game as compared to games I've played that are open world, like Grand Theft Auto, I was telling Tommy that I was watching this video on YouTube. This guy did a really good job in touching on this topic, and so I'm just reiterating kind of some of the stuff he's been saying. His name's Nakey Jakey, if you want to go check him out. It's kind of cool, but he was saying that basically in one of the original Grand Theft Auto games, there was a mission that you could go do where you had to, like, trail this guy, follow him, find his vehicle. Once he got inside his vehicle, you had to follow him, like, all the way down to this location where he was by himself, and then, kill him as you do in Grand Theft Auto. Or, since it was an open world game and you had freedom of choice and possibilities, people found out that you could just skip all that, do the non-intended thing before you even start the mission, find his car, steal it, take it to a shop to install a bomb in it, and start the mission. As soon as you hopped in his car, it exploded and you won the mission.
And that's great.
That's not how the developers intended for you to do it. They didn't even know
Right.
people could do this. Yet that's awesome because that's what open world games are. When you have these freedoms,
It rewards creativity.
rewards creativity, rewards choice, and so
I don't even know.
Red
that-
Dead Redemption is not doing that. They keep you.
I would argue with that phrase. I don't think it rewards anything. The reward
It doesn't.
is the creativity.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the game
Yes.
doesn't reward you for anything.
You're like,
and I
wow,
think
that was
that's
cool.
important.
I didn't know I could
Yeah.
do
They
that.
let you complete the mission.
Awesome, and
But-
so
Right.
everybody's like posting their solutions or discussing it, and the way somebody does something is entirely different from the way another person does it.
Well, okay. Paul is in the chat, so he'll
Yes.
like this. One thing I liked about Hitman, you have a mission to kill this guy. There's a multiple ways you
Oh,
can
yeah.
go about doing it, so
Oh,
you
yeah.
could
Right.
share your experience. You could have a totally different experience
Right.
Yeah.
than someone else trying to take this dude out.
See, I think that's great.
Fallout 76
Yeah.
is the same way. I feel like the game's not well made. I feel like the developers just pumped out some of the same content they'd done before without
Well,
innovating.
it's like on their same engine that they used before.
Yeah,
everything,
and,
right?
and,
Like,
and
they
again, it's
sort of-
just like they pull you like when
like
the
it's
game
almost a mod to their previous game or something.
when you have an open world game, you can't have an open world game that then mixes with sticking the player on rails. You can't have these cool experiences that you have to be on rails for and say, listen, you can only do this. But any other time you can do all these things, but right now you can only do this. Because as a player, that doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel good to be able to do all these things and then all of a sudden be like, you can't do that because that's not what I want you to do.
Right.
I'm a developer. You can't do that. That's not an open world game to me.
Exactly.
All right, let's catch up with the chat a little
Yeah,
bit
go
here.
ahead.
So, Intrigue Game says Skyrim's a good example where cities are scaled differently to feel bigger. So I'm assuming that means like some feel small, some feel big. They actually have
Right.
a dynamic to them. I've never played Skyrim, so.
I love Skyrim.
Dylan, you played Skyrim too, right?
Yeah.
Like so you guys.
No,
both have-
I agree. That's a game that has a world big enough, but also small enough at the same time where everything feels relatively meaningful.
yeah.
Intrigue Game continues. I hate in Red Dead where you bump into peeps with your horses and then the law is after you.
Yep.
That sounds frustrating. That sounds like when you're actually trying to play GTA 3 and like follow traffic.
Yeah.
And it's just like everybody wants to just run into you.
No, yeah, exactly. As long as you never touch another car, you can like drive over the sidewalk and around and stuff like that right in front of the cops, and they're like, "Carry on,
It's all
citizen."
good. Well, it's just AI at the time, I guess.
Yeah,
Paul continues, Ghost Recon Wildlands, cars, bikes, helicopters, planes, I think you meant to say?
Yeah.
Limited events the same, but I can get to them really fast.
So he's just saying that these modes of transportation let him get to meaningful parts
Yeah.
of the game.
Yeah, and he
Yeah.
brought up the Yakuza games, and I would say like because I just finished Fist of the North Star for like the second time, and everyone says that's the Yakuza clone. Sega, it's the same company.
Yeah.
And I will say it all takes place in one little town, and there's so much to do, and it doesn't feel stale or old.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
I think
what-
that having things to do is probably the most important part of it.
Right. Why create the
Sort
the
of.
Assassin's Creed games kind of fall into this where it's like this whole world is filled with mostly meaningless stuff that
Like fetch quests.
yeah, that look cool, but it's just all copy paste, copy paste, copy paste. Like, what's the fun?
So I
in
feel
that?
like there's a place, right,
Yeah.
for fetch quests.
Yeah.
Cause
I do too.
Because whenever you're playing the game, you're like, oh, you're the mighty, like the Ashbringer is given to you. Now go pick up 10 pine cones. And you're
Yeah.
like, wait, what? And so
Yeah.
like,
I
you're-
need
you're-
pelts, damn it!
Meanwhile, there's the flip
but
side.
I think it's fine if you're like, I'm broke, and someone's like, and so you go to people in town, and they're like,
Save my cat.
I'll give you some gold,
Yeah.
or I'll give you some whatever. Like, it's
Right.
Coinage,
that
yeah.
stuff makes sense. It's because there's quests, right? Like Lord of the Rings is a quest, The Hobbit is a quest. Then there's tasks. Collect 9 Murloc eyeballs, or doing whatever. Those are tasks. And they shouldn't be the same thing. They shouldn't be counted as the same thing.
Mm-mm.
And you shouldn't, honestly, there should be, and again, this is kind of the difference between, it's an open world, but is it object-oriented versus sandbox?
Mm-hmm.
Because if it's sandbox, then there shouldn't be any, the quest should be your own. But
Right.
if there is a quest, if there is a storyline that goes through this, honestly, you should be able to, do that with as few of the little tasks as possible. I think the tasks should
great-
be there to help meet NPCs and learn about story and lore and stuff that you don't need to know,
Yeah.
Let's-
but that you could enjoy knowing.
a game that does that excellently is Breath of the Wild. So
Oh
it's
yeah,
a
yeah. you were showing
giant
me some
open
stuff
world.
in that. Yeah.
Of course, there's always the quest to go, kill Ganon, but along the way, you have these tasks. These people, they don't necessarily know, you're the hero, and so when when you approach them, they're like, hey, they just do this thing. They just think you're a regular guy, and so you just go do that thing.
Yeah.
You look like a
that's
nice
fair.
lady lad.
Yeah.
Mow my yard, and I'll give you $20.
Yeah.
You're like, okay.
Here's 20 rupees for doing that, stuff like that.
Hold on 1 second. I just need to check something. I'm gonna stop this recording.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
We have a whole big world. Like, that was a big thing that they did. I remember reading the PC gaming articles, when they're getting ready for WoW to launch, that, like, one of the big things was, like, we felt like every tree was hand-placed. And you don't go very far before, like, like you're talking about, we're in this place. Well, this place has some meaning. It's actually relevant. It's not just, randomly generated trees for, like, the next 10 minutes of auto run.
Yeah, like, and a lot of games fall into that, like, sort of samey feel to them. Like, the worlds just, kind of blend together. I will say...
One of favorite things about World of Warcraft is the level design.
Yeah, they don't feel like that at all.
Yeah, well, I will say Red Dead Redemption actually did a pretty decent job with their world building.
Do me a favor, hand me... See up there, there's, like, this blue bottle.
The spray bottle?
It's like a little blue thing.
Your contact's killing you?
I need to try... Because I have a really bad, like, stigmatism.
Gotcha.
So, like, if they dry up, like, they are not moving like they need to be.
Oh,
I can't even read the chat. That's why you guys...
Yeah. Just to catch up with the chat here, Paul says, my favorite thing about Hitman is that it's a sandbox for mischief. So, I agree with that.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you could just go and kill other people just for that.
That's true. What is it, the difference between sort of Uncharted and Just Cause? Where Just Cause feels like a sandbox for mischief, too. I would say. And then Uncharted's more like... I feel like, correct me if I'm wrong, but... I've only played one of the Uncharted games, so I played a few of the Just Cause.
I can see again.
But with the Uncharted games, it's a little bit more on rails.
Now, what is the? I'm trying to remember the GTA that was before the '80s one. Which one was that?
San Andreas.
Not the '80s. No, that was like later.
GTA 3.
GTA
And
3?
then they put out Miami.
Yeah. Okay. GTA. I remember that was one of the big things with GTA 3. I played it for hours and hours, and I think I played one mission once. And I was just like, this is boring. I just want to run around and, like, make my own fun.
You should be able to do that. Like,
and you absolutely could. Like,
that is open worlds. If I don't want to progress in the game, then I shouldn't be.
I've never played a GTA game.
Really?
I have them all.
Huh.
I've tried.
It's just, that's his life.
I've tried, but I just can't. I'm like, I don't know. I haven't. And GTA 5, I haven't given a shot, which I hear is amazing. But I just, like, I don't know, I fall lost somewhere. Like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. So I'm not a big open world game guy.
Yeah,
anyway.
It sounds like it.
You're more of a fighter guy, right? Like
fighting games? I like fighting games. But then you look at Black Desert Online.
And that one seems to just have your attention.
Which is a huge open world game, and I cannot stop playing it. Like, I've thought about it 5 times since we've been started this stream.
Just want to go back to play. Wow.
All right, stream ends here, guys. Joel's got some work to do.
The rest of this will just be us.
No, I'm not saying, like, I wish I was
play
playing it, but, like, so many things that we've said have gone back to Black Desert where I'm like, I just get...
How do you feel it stands up as an open world game?
I love it, man. I think it stands up really awesome because there's a trillion things to do.
And does it feel meaningful or samey? Like
actually, hang on. Are there load screens between zones on that, or is
nothing?
It
continuous?
No,
there's no load
lags
screens
a little
at all.
bit as it loads everything, or sometimes it might.
It doesn't lag on mine.
It transitions really well.
But I have a 1080,
which is huge,
and like crazy. So like
you definitely have a.
Well, I know that a lot of the games like that's. I think again Warcraft, but that was one of the first ones to do it. For the most part, you could just run from one end of the continent to the other, and it's continuous, so it feels like you're in a world.
Right.
And whereas a lot of those games try to cheat it, and like, well, you're sort of at the end where we feel there's a stopping point in the zone, load into the new one, and it's like, man, that just
games
kills
don't do that nowadays.
It would be like if you're watching a movie, and the movie actually kept rolling while people picked up and changed the set for the next scene. Right. And you're like, oh, right. Yeah,
no,
this
the Black
isn't real
Desert's
life.
not like that at all. And what I like about Black Desert, too, it's like, okay, I got this scroll. I can summon this witch. I got to go fight her. And you go, and, you know, you got to go up this mountain. And on the mount, like, as you're walking up, there's just, like, skeletons of probably everyone she's killed before. Yeah. And then you get there and you fight. And you could do the fight, but if you took the time to just look around, you would see like in the tree there were dead bodies stuffed in, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and they put so much attention to detail to where, like, the world, it doesn't feel like that, like what we talked about, copy and
Like
paste.
the procedurally generated.
No,
stuff.
like they were like,
Right.
this
That's
is the witch's lair, bro. This is like, you know,
Well, that's why I'd always see, like, what was it, I'll get the name of it wrong, so I'll just talk about it, and I'm sure you guys will tell me, but it's the space exploration game,
Eve?
where there's, like, endless, no, that one's different, but it's, like,
oh,
where,
Sky.
you know, No
Oh,
Man's Sky
No Man's
is
Sky.
what I
Man's
think
Sky.
it is, but I might
Yep.
be saying the wrong game, but where, you know, you just go, and you'll probably never even meet another person who's also playing it, and every planet is, like, procedurally
Lonely.
generated, and all this stuff, and you're just like,
The most lonely
okay,
game
so
ever.
you
Yeah.
get there and it's just, and you might run across a planet that's like, oh, it accidentally procedurally generated in this really cool way. That's neat.
Right.
Right.
And then that's it. There's a whole planet. And you're like, well, that was cool. And I don't know, like I prefer something that's kind of handcrafted.
No, yeah,
that you get to
absolutely.
discover. And like what you're talking about is like, yeah, you know, even if you don't interact with the skulls or the bodies, you're like, oh man, just heading up here tells a story.
Yeah.
Like this is cool. I like this. You know, and it feels great.
We're all the way at the top there.
Oh, we haven't read
Yeah.
any of this here.
Let's catch up.
All right, let's catch up.
So Paul says he likes fetch quests whenever he likes to play, but he wants a break to walk and read it. And then I love the Red Dead world. It's very well done. GTA 3 was my first open world experience. I want to say that was probably my first open world experience too.
None of y'all ever play Myst.
That
That
I
is
did.
an open world game.
Myst.
Yes, yes, it
Mm.
is.
I
It
guess I
is,
played
but
that. It's
again, you want to talk about loading the next scene.
That's like a whole
That was
nother
a game
disc.
from the 90s. It was kind of...
There's like 8 discs
Yeah.
to that game. You got to put the
And-
next one in.
Again,
to be fair, like Myst blew my mind playing it when I
yes.
was a kid.
Well,
It
because
was-
the graphics, and you're like, well, those are just pre-made images, but
yeah.
they were CG images, so that they were graphics.
Right.
There were a few games around
was
that
cool.
time. I remember, like Jurassic Park.
but like you said, Zelda,
had
though.
some
Yeah,
as
the
well.
first
Or
NES Zelda.
Zelda.
was-
What is the
Actually-
first? What is the first
Never
open world
mind.
game?
Sorry.
I think Zelda is
Like
Probably
Dungeons
Ocarina
and
of Time.
Dragons.
well.
No, I'm talking about like
I know.
a video game, the first open world video game.
I don't know. Zelda's got to be one of the
probably
earliest.
the
Could you
first
say?
Hang on,
could
hang-
you say freaking
Wait.
E.T. on Atari is open
Well, I was
world?
gonna say, what's it? Indiana Jones on Atari.
On Atari.
Yeah,
Huh.
they did have them. Like I remember there was.
They're just
There was
like,
like a sword and
insanely
sorcery
smaller
one.
scales.
What was it called? There's like a sword and sorcery one that came out, and I'm trying to remember what it was, but it was on the Atari. I played.
Well, I
it
guess when did
real
the first
little.
Final Fantasy come out? Because that's kind of open world too.
Well, yeah and no,
That was
because
90s.
yes, yeah. Well, yeah. It's,
well, it's definitely open world, but it's RPG. So
Yeah.
it's
Well, it's an open world still.
you
It's
yeah.
can
just
still have
open world. Yeah, because I mean GTA is open world, but it's not an RPG.
Right.
But then Zelda's open world, and it is an RPG, and so you're like, well, if open world is the modifier here, then the other genres that toe into it, I think, are included.
maybe this has been done before, but I would love to see an open world game where it's like it takes you through your life, like you start as a kid.
Like Second Life.
No, like you start as a kid growing up.
So there's an MMO that's out right now that has your characters age and die. And
Right.
then they have their own children, and then you play on as their children.
Like that's
And, like-
that'd be perfect.
Yeah. That
but
sounds like,
you're a kid
But I wanna be
and
the
you're
immortal Newton.
and you're training to be
I
like
agree.
let's just for like I'm thinking about like 300 or something like that,
Yeah.
where you're training to be a Spartan. Let's just say.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And as a kid, and then you go through your teen years, and you're progressing and you're getting bigger and you're getting better.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hold on, I gotta find the game now because that's gonna bug me.
So what happens if you die though before you knock the boots with someone?
Um,
Dating my age on that term.
I
but-
think that I think it's the same as most MMOs. You die, you run back to your corpse, you jump in. You go.
I see,
The
until
only way
you live your
actually
life.
die is old age. And then you play as your children and their children and their children, and so like your spirit sort of passes on to the next
Yeah.
one. But it's like
Oh,
a
wait a
brand new.
minute.
You can be a new
What is that?
character class.
I feel like I
and-
heard that before.
I don't remember what it's called.
There's
It's-
there's a game like this where you have to like fight this castle, and each time you die in the castle, it's your kid who comes in, and then like it's the next one, and it's like your next
the
kid.
next
and your
gen.
next
You're
kid.
talking about Rogue Legacy.
Rogue Legacy. Thank you.
That's
There we go.
different though. That's-
Okay.
Yeah, that one's
Interesting.
hilarious because like you can like you're like the
Yeah.
lineage down there like starts like
It tells
mutating.
you
and
the-
you start getting like dwarven children or giant children and things like that have different attributes. It's The game's ridiculous, but guys, check out Rogue Legacy.
That sounds
Oh,
hilarious.
no,
and
no.
I'm unfamiliar with
It
that.
is super funny, and it's a great game.
Officially on the stream, Intrigue Gaming said we could call him John. So John says,
Yes.
I've
Okay.
always been into strategy / city building games since Caesar 2 on PC. Currently currently Civ 6, Crusader Kings, and earlier Total War series are my favorite. What are some of your guys' go-to ones?
Of course, always Civilization. Recently, I've actually picked up a game called Northgard. It's
Are we talking about simulators?
yeah.
Sim City, man. As far as I got in
SimCity.
SNES.
I like
Oh no, you know what my favorite is? Sorry to interrupt, but I'll save it before I forget.
City Skylines. I like that a lot for like actual city planning and stuff like that. I think that game's great. It's an excellent simulator. But in terms of like strategy games, I've been playing Northgard, which is kind of like a RTS, I would say.
Northgard. Huh.
Yeah, but it's set in a Viking setting, so it's like it's really cool. You got to like manage your resources well, and like there's seasons where it starts to tip over into winter. So if you're not prepared, then your citizens starve and die.
The first one I would
Really cool.
it is.
Check it out.
My favorite is a game called Populous,
Populous.
where you basically play God and
Oh.
you start off with humans.
Wait a
and
minute, is that one of the black and white games?
No,
Do
because
you
black
remember
and white
Black
is
and
just
White?
black
No.
and white.
Is
Yeah.
it?
That
Well,
game's fun.
I thought they had a sequel that had a different name.
Black and white too.
Yeah. It was
Is it just
the sequel,
Technically, it's a
Black
They
and
did have a
White
different
2,
name.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yes. But it sounded like what you were talking about. For some reason, that popped into my head.
Well, yeah, because that's when you run
What
around
was that
with your
episode we did the other
avatar or
day?
whatever. Or you smack 'em around and
That
pet
was an
them. And
episode.
Yes,
we did.
yeah.
you're just
Oh,
like
by
this
the way,
horribly
Joel-
abusive parent.
Joel, I feel like it's gotten out too much. Red Letter Media actually had the saxophone guy, clip, like the same one that
From
we
us?
did.
That we use?
No.
Yeah, exactly. They
Are
had
they
it on
biting
something
off
the
of
other
us
day.
now?
I doubt.
But we
they
did
know
it first, and that's what's
I'm
important.
sure they watch us religiously.
Sexy saxophone man. That was us.
Yep. You guys heard it here.
That's
where-
how it
that's
was.
where it
But
happened.
they were playing
It
clips of
does
that
seem
on their
like
show.
it
and I
does
was
seem
what
like
the hell?
once we started talking about it,
Yeah.
it started coming out
Well,
of
we just
everywhere.
start seeing it
Doesn't seem
everywhere.
weird?
Yeah, but
Like-
it's.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
know
because
that
we're trendsetters.
if we're trendsetters or if we just happen
No,
to have
I just-
like
I think
fallen
it-
onto the zeitgeist.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I like The Sims, but I've been
I
looking
like to
at
think they
Skylines.
watch us religiously.
I feel like you'd probably like Skylines, Paul. What's nice about it is that it's less so about micromanagement. So what you can actually, and it's more about actually just city building. So you can set zones, and they kind of just populate themselves. Like they build this little area for it, and so it's how do you manage the budget for the city? How do you provide it the correct resources? You know, where do you put this district so that it does well and things like that. So it's like a city building game with like true city planning, which I think is well done.
You mentioned also that he likes Fallout 2.
Fallout 2, oh yeah, Fallout 1 and 2 are excellent games. So the original ones where it's like the sort of almost like isometric
Yeah,
style.
it's like almost a top down.
Yeah, they're really really cool.
John mentioned that Skyline is a lot of fun, but traffic management can be headache.
Yeah, I mean that's where I'm at too. Intrigue Gaming or John. I hit a critical point in which my city
So Miranda has a favorite one.
could not function because of traffic. What's that?
They are billions. It's
That's
her
a tower
favorite-
defense.
Oh, that's
game.
a strategy game.
That's
yeah.
definitely strategy.
RTS, yeah, I don't.
I'll
I
wanna-
wanted to like They Are Billions. It broke me. I don't. I haven't
one
touched
up
that game
Miranda,
in months.
'cause
There's
I
a lot of
beat
hours
it.
I have in it too, and I've not beaten a single version of it.
That's right.
And the game makes me feel stupid. So I'm like,
He's-
no, I'm done with you. Then I bought Kingdoms and Castles, and
Oh.
it just made me happy.
Miranda, all you have to do is alright. So play
I
They Are
watched
Billions
you
again.
win.
And all you do is like you get to a point where you can build snipers and you build 50 of them.
I did. I had an army of snipers, but
And then you
it
have to-
just takes one stupid zombie getting past your stupid crap defense because the
Now,
thing didn't tell you you were
Dylan
getting
has
attacked
he
there.
has a specific setting too, though, right? Like a threat, because you can adjust two toggles. One is like the speed.
I had it on normal.
And well, I know that you had like
Oh, but I think I gave myself.
yeah, you had
maybe-
a slight nudge.
I gave myself. Well, the first time I gave myself extra days, but then I put it back down to normal, and I've beaten it twice now. So,
Oh yeah.
but yeah,
Okay.
I'll show you a couple things to make it a little easier. So, because but the big thing is like you don't have to build walls around your whole.
Here's
city.
my issue with here's my issue with the Billions is that you go into your mission
Yep.
and you generally want to play it all in one go because there are so many tasks you're kind of staying
Well,
on
you'll just
top of.
forget if you
that-
have to come back.
That's
Exactly,
about
coming
4.5
back to it
hours.
later. And, yeah, exactly. Like you will sit there and play a good 3+ hours
On
setting
one
it
mission?
up on,
Yeah.
on
Yes.
one level.
No, I don't know
Rebuild
if
it
you...
from scratch every time.
I
I
know
mean,
we
look, if
reviewed
you're
the
not
game,
familiar
but-
with this, that's the gimmick. There's 0 save points. You can pause it and you can stop and it saves it there, but that's it. If
Yeah.
you pick it up, start playing it again, then it
Just continues.
it continues from there.
Right.
And if you die, you don't go. You,
You can-
start it over again.
No,
start
you
the whole
can
thing.
you can have save points and exit the game technically.
But when you come back,
Right.
it's just going.
it just picks up where
But
you
when you
left off.
die, that's it.
That's
Right,
it.
and then you
New
start
map.
over.
No, but that's the
Start over.
thing is like it's not like you played for 4 hours, you saved it, and then you played 2 more and died, so you go back to your save point. That save
No, I
point's
get
gone.
it. No, I get
It's-
it. I
okay,
get it.
okay.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like
So-
playing on hardcore mode Diablo. Once you're dead, you're dead.
Yep.
yeah.
Is that- yeah.
I will
and then you
never,
get to start all over again.
never do that again. Ever. Never. I've done it twice now.
What is it? You thought you logged out and didn't, or something?
So I have issues
No,
with games.
Comcast happened. And
I feel
and
like
then I dropped internet connection and died.
oh.
That's
So,
horrible, man.
yeah.
I'm sorry.
And then
So-
they say that they're like, if you die due to internet connection, that sucks.
To actually finish the point though, there are billions. When you lose, it's a lot of hours gone, and it's really hard not to just feel like it wasted your time. And that's, you're out. Your time, your life force is worth something.
To be fair, it is a video game.
It is a video game. I get that. Which is actually why I haven't been playing very many video games, to be honest, lately. But if you're going to waste your time playing a video game, you want it to feel like kind of
You're
rewarding or to
progressing,
be
right?
enjoyable.
Yeah.
And while the winning of a game in There Are Billions is probably super rewarding, I don't know that it necessarily offsets the 20+ hours of
It's-
your life gone forever.
It's very
losing.
Boolean.
No,
it only feels rewarding if you've
Lose-
won, but if you haven't
No.
quite won yet, it feels not rewarding at all.
I would
It's easy
I
to
would
feel
disagree
robbed.
because
It's easy to feel robbed.
losing is fun in that game.
No.
It's such sweet.
They
sorrow.
make it
No,
fun.
no.
They make losing fun.
No.
I
You're
disagree.
You're objectively wrong.
Here's what's great. You're like, I thought I had that corner covered. Turns out it didn't. The world's
One little bugger got through.
the world's slowest zombie has now shambled for the past 3 minutes without me noticing up to my lighthouse and has wailed on my lighthouse for the next 3 minutes. In which case,
16 new
16 now slow shambling zombies are now walking towards my village, and there's nothing I can do about it. So now I get to watch in horror as these
No, you-
slow zombies wander and kill
No,
me.
you look over and you see that just one zombie's been like
Rawr.
tapping on this one wall
Rawr.
next to one domicile,
Yeah.
and you're like, oh wait, now that I see him, there's not even enough time, and it's
Enough
always
time.
this way.
Yeah.
100% of the time, it's this guy's gonna run over here. Right as that guy breaks the house and makes more zombies,
Yep.
and now it's the
and
game's
it's all
over.
over.
Game's
Yeah,
over
it
now.
takes nothing. On any difficulty, it takes nothing. Also, John mentions wasting your time like level grinding by yourself in BDO. There's that. I would argue.
Tell us about that, Joel.
No, he's talking about. So last night, I took a couple friends to grind. So, but basically, what we did is we just threw them on a roof, and the hordes came after us. And since I'm leveled up,
Yeah.
I just like.
That sounds like Diablo.
So he came in, and his levels are just going, and he's all like, because he had spent like the last 2 weeks grinding his
himself.
character out by himself.
And it turns out it's all meaningless.
And it turns out he could just, do that.
this
So
again.
that's what he's talking about.
That's kind of.
I gotta hop on because like I'm down if I can get boosted so I can actually play.
Oh yeah, no, like honestly, in storyline,
Which, by the
we're
way-
not far at all.
Which, by the way, I think that's part of the fundamental problem, though. I mean, that phrase you said just there is like, I need to get leveled up so that I can start playing. It's like,
No,
wait a minute.
it does-
no,
it
he
doesn't
doesn't.
work.
But
No, it should.
But he can't, because if he's not the same level as you guys, then that's it. Then you guys are doing what you're doing, and he's solo grinding.
And
Like,
by the time I get there, you're already someplace else. And by the time I get there, you're already someplace else.
and
So.
until you
yeah.
hit that sort of end game cap, where
Yeah.
now everybody stays the same, even though they've like a new expansion or the brand new game or whatever comes out, and you spend X amount of time getting to end cap or to end game, right?
right.
But then once you hit there, now you spend 10 times more time sitting at endgame, where everybody's sitting there, and just tiny, in very tiny way, building, and it's almost usually just gear progression at that point, where you're like, yeah, you're better, but you're the same level, so you guys can do the same stuff together still, and all that sort of stuff. And it's like, well, why wasn't the whole game kind of like that? Because now, if all your friends are in game, then playing the rest of the game it seems bad, because
Right.
you're just like, I'm just trying to catch up and grind, and it's like,
Well, it's just
No,
not
I-
fun.
I-
It's a different level. It's a completely different experience.
Yeah.
Like Paul said, kind of in that vein, is that basically I like games that just have kind of a finite, like this is it, you know. Like I'm excited for WoW Classic for the fact that I won't care about being boosted because I'll get there eventually.
but that's
fine.
the opposite of that, because in WoW
Yeah.
Classic, it's like there'll never be another expansion. They're not going to drop another.
No,
raid.
yeah, and that's what Paul
They're
was
not gonna
saying,
do
that
this
he
stuff.
dislikes the fact that it's just, you know, we keep on.
Well, but
that
that's-
there's an
But that's
add-on
not
and
the
add-on.
but that's not the end of the game, though. That just means, so for me, the reason I like it is because I'm like, oh, good. Now when I log in, I can do what I want instead
Yes.
of I log in.
But
Well, I
there's-
need to.
There's not
grind,
that pressure.
Well,
you
but
know?
it's like I need to grind X amount of this because my time needs to be valuable. Otherwise, my character's getting behind, and you find yourself never just, I don't know, just screwing around in the game, which is what you really should be doing.
Well, that's what I feel like that's what I'm doing a lot. That's
Is
why
what, just-
we got 600 hours in and like 25% of the story done.
Ah,
Because I have been screwing around because
that's good.
I love I like managing money and moving things over to different towns and all this crazy stuff that you can do.
Yeah. Well, and stuff like that I think sounds fun because it's you get into GTA and you just run around racking up stars and fighting cops and trying to steal a tank, and you're just doing those things and you're like, oh, have I beat the game yet? It's like, what are you? I'm not even trying to beat the game. Like,
Yeah.
I'm just running around having fun, and in a lot of ways it's like there's a lot of I refer back to, I guess, like there's a point in Warcraft where there was no honor, there was no anything. When you PvP'd, it was just for fun. And so you would see there was tons of people at Crossroads, tons of people at South Shore. And it's like, why are you there? And it's like, I don't know, just it's fun. And it's like, well, okay, so we need to start adding a numerical system so you can start grinding while you're doing this. And then, oh, but actually it's more efficient to grind this way. And then you, since you're trying to get to these goals because everyone else is there, and now you have to grind this. And then after a while you're like, oh, I don't really do the things I find fun anymore. Now all I do is get on and work my job.
Yeah.
Because I'm just trying to like get this stupid carrot on a stick that if I don't get it, well, I won't be competitive anymore. And if you're just, I don't know, just PvEing, then I don't know, whatever, it's probably fine, I guess. But if you do PvP, then you're like,
Yeah.
you
just
need to
feel
be
bad.
like at least in the same ballpark as other people. Otherwise, it's not fun.
Well, that's
Unless
that's
you're
the
a
nature.
guild.
That's the nature of an MMO.
then
so.
it's just a Zerg. Then it's
Yeah.
not. Then it's just, oh, there's 200 of us and we're killing 3 and 4 people at a time. Just running over them like a lawnmower.
Like our guild is like, man, I forget what happens, and you get negative karma in Black Desert Online. I haven't even gotten to this part of the top 5, so
Well,
which
you don't
means
start getting negative karma until you hit 56, right?
Level 50.
level 50, yeah.
Oh, that was 56.
So
Sorry.
it's pretty early on, actually. You can get to 50 easy.
Okay.
But what happens is then you go to jail. Like if you start PvPing people, you go to jail,
Yeah.
and then you got to escape from the jail to
Okay.
get out and stuff like that.
Does that give you more negative karma?
And also, you can hire people to
Problem
bounty
judges.
hunt people that have killed you.
That you can do what? The people
You can hire people to bounty hunt people that. kill
Yeah, although you know what I like to do when people kill me, I want that revenge myself. I
Right.
don't want like the satisfaction that some other like.
But if you don't have the gear,
well-geared
you don't have the
person-
gear.
Well, but
John
that's
said
the-
56 is when you awaken. I guess that's
And
what
That's
it's
when
called.
you awaken.
That's
yeah.
what it.
He
Yeah,
also
'cause
had
you're
another-
mentioning
Awakening
56.
is different. Then your whole character changes, and all your skill tree is
Yeah.
totally different.
That's
Oh,
right.
So you have to like learn all over again.
Yeah.
Uh,
But the moves are like you become like
It's like your Paragon class. And, like you hit
Yeah.
your Paragon at that
no,
point.
but because that's still similar. Like the whole character changes. So you might, and this is probably one thing that some people complain about, because you might be rolling on with a ninja and going, man, I love the way this ninja is. Then he awakens and all his moves totally change. And
Yeah.
you're like, wait, I don't like this anymore.
Oh,
right.
You
I
know?
see that being
I like that.
frustrating.
I don't think I like that either.
So
That's
what
not
I
very
did
cool.
was
There's a
I
difference
I watched a
between
video
Yeah.
before I chose a class
Yeah.
to be my main, and I watched what their normal was, and then their awakening, and
That
then
sounds
that's why
kinda-
I chose the wizard.
Cool.
So
It also
Wizard.
sounds like everybody just, at least in a context I'm familiar with, it just sounds like everyone racks up a DPS class and then levels, and then they decide to be a tank or healer after that.
true.
And so, like, leveling up, there is no, like, DPS or tanks or healers or anything like that. And it's just, everybody's just a high damage, like, a kill monster until you hit 56. And then you start figuring out what you want to do.
We missed what Intrigue said earlier.
John said, what are you guys and gal thoughts on the length of AAA titles now? I find anything more than 60 hours to do story too much and lose interest. Do most people even finish video games anymore, though?
don't
What's the
think they
statistic
do.
on that?
It's very low. Like
Yeah.
Steam has like statistics for people beating games. I forget what the number is, but it's
no.
very low nowadays comparatively. Where
So it's
there
like you could
used to
have
be-
3 hours of gameplay and
Yeah.
people won't know the difference.
Yeah.
It used to be like, if you bought a game, you beat it. But nowadays, there's such game saturation that people
It's
tend
so
to lose
cheap.
interest. And I'm the
But-
same way. A game that doesn't respect my time, I don't want
I
to
would
continue
compare
to
it
play.
to movies. Like,
Yeah.
video games come out at least as fast as movies do
Yeah,
now.
easily.
But movies ask 2 hours of your time, and video games
Yeah.
ask 60.
Yeah, and
So, like, there's
I'll
no
just
way you can get them all.
I'll
Well,
pick up a
AAA
game.
titles, though, in order to justify spending $60 per game,
Yeah.
probably kind of have to have that because they're competing with
That's-
things on Steam that go for $3.
no,
And people
I mean,
complain.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Is like there is a metric where people are like, if it's a $60 game, I get 60 hours out of it
Yeah.
at minimum, and I should get more. And that's like the majority of people. For me, honestly, I'll pay $60 for a 20-hour game if it's a really good game.
It's epic, right?
Yeah, that's epic. And,
And
if I spend
there's
20
something to be
hours and
said
I
about
love it,
replayability too.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. If I love it, I'm gonna want to show it to a friend and play it with my friend. And if I might play it again just for fun
Play
later
some
on
more
down the
Hollow
road.
Knight.
Well, that's
Go
what
through
Like
Sorry.
Revenge of
Okay.
Shinobi, I can beat in like I don't know, an hour and a half.
Yeah.
And I have beat that game 100 times.
Over
So
and
it's
over
like
and over.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
it's like replayability is something to be said. Did I get my money's worth? Well,
Well,
I
it's
stole it
almost
as a
like-
kid, but had I bought it,
So, yes. Yes, either way.
Well, no, I mean, think about it. Like, it's one of the things that I do think, and again, this goes along, I guess, with my study of WoW or whatever, but I think adding numerical metrics to games
Yeah.
are things that tend to kill them.
I wish games
A
would
lot
go
of people
back to
like numbers, and numbers are fun to look at and stuff, but the problem is that you can, once you're able to affix numbers to something, well, then math is simple. And then you can just boil down, okay, it's just this. Okay, this is the end. Oh, this is the best. Oh, this is the... And then it's like, well, we added all this content. And they're like, I don't care. This is the straight line to whatever the pinnacle is. You know what I mean? And so 60 hours is what you need in a game. Is like, well, it's a number, so we get to say this number. And now that's what everyone adheres to instead of, well, I mean, do you enjoy playing this game? Like, how fun is this game? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, do you need 60 hours? Do you need 20 hours? Do you need 600 hours?
again,
You know,
it's
like-
subjective too. You know.
Well, exactly. And so being able to stick a number to such a subjective value is, I think, incredibly detrimental.
Right.
Because I'd still be playing Ni no Kuni 2 if there were more missions.
Dude,
And I'm
we were-
110 hours
Dude,
in.
when we were watching,
Yeah.
like, what was it? What was the last one we were watching? One of the Marvel Netflix things. We were watching it, and I remember thinking, like, I really wish they had half as many episodes.
I think it might have been the Defenders.
It was a better one than that, I think. Defenders is pretty bad. But it's one of those, like, no, you have X episodes, and you always do. So even if you're telling a story that's
Yeah.
this long, well, now you have to start adding
Stretch
fluff.
it out,
and I
yeah.
feel like video
They
games
do that.
There was a
And that's the problem
documentary
with
you
open
were
world,
talking
man.
about. Well, there was a
It's not the
design...
problem with the open world. It's the problem with faulty design.
Well, no, there was a design thing that Dylan was telling me about where he was watching a developer, and it's like, well, I can't remember what game it was, but it's like, it's like a modern warfare, you shoot guns sort of
Yeah.
game. And it's like, okay, to get over a wall, you just whoop. And they're like, well, actually, if we change the animation to okay.
Yep.
That adds 1.5 hours to the game. And
Yes.
they knew it because you go over so many walls. So there you go.
Dude.
Yeah.
And it's like, That's almost
Really?
nefarious.
Yeah.
No, yeah. What they'll do is they'll be like, all right,
no.
No,
So
you get
here's-
placed into an algorithm.
AAA title, right? And so they develop the game, and they get to the end of the game. They're like, cool. Well, from start to finish, our storyline is 48 hours. How do we add an additional, 12 hours?
12
to our game?
hours because you got to hit that 60.
Is they'll be like, well, what's some repetitive tasks that you do multiple times throughout the game? And like Tommy said, like I'd found by reading, I forgot where I found this source, but that they'll find things like animations that they can just simply add a few seconds to, but you do like couple like 500 600 times in a game, and you add hours just by doing those things, just by
That
adding
is-
a little bit more.
And the
That's
design
mind-blowing.
is
And that's
to
what
waste
AAA
your
games
time
do.
to make you feel
Yes.
like you are getting more gameplay out of
Yeah,
it.
and tactics like that are like Miranda said, is specifically designed. And I don't have patience for things like that nowadays. I'll put games down that don't appreciate my time. So
Let's see.
Paul
So
says
AAA titles,
Paul loves Hollow Knight just like you.
it's because he's a good person. Paul also at the top, to reiterate my story thing, I like one main massive story to progress and complete, then do smaller fun stuff onwards, not when you never see the end of a narrative.
okay, fair enough. Yeah.
Let's
Yeah.
see. Intrigue Gaming. My problem is with open world long games is that as I progress through the story, I do
Yep.
all the side missions. So by the time I'm halfway into the story, I'm burned out.
I've never beaten Skyrim for that exact reason.
Hmm.
Because I get into the game, I love Skyrim. Don't get me wrong; it's a great game. But
I play the opposite, I think.
You, just run through the main story, then come back.
Yeah. See, I wish I had that mentality, but I
like
just
that
was like,
too.
oh, cool, this
You
looks
come
neat.
back and then collect
Let
all
me
the
go-
Skulltulas.
Yeah, let me go.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
Because I love being
I've-
OP'd.
So, yeah, well,
You know what I mean? So like if I go through the main story, and I love grinding too. So and I get all powerful, go through the main story, and then go through all those side quests where I just demolish everyone.
yeah,
That's fun to me.
Yeah.
That's
See,
how I
I-
play it.
I think I'm now transitioning more into that style of gameplay because of the way that AAA games don't respect people's time anymore. Is that I don't have time to do all these side missions, and so I'd like to see the main story of the game. So now I'm playing games to where I'm circumventing all these things that they want me to go down just to continue on with the story, so that like Joel
You can
does
actually
come back
finish
later.
it.
Dylan, don't you
Come back
know
later,
that
yeah.
if you really want to know what the story is, that's what YouTube's for?
And I
You
feel like
watch that cutscene compilation that
Yeah,
other
exactly.
people make for you to watch.
I'm not gonna lie.
This is the story.
I've done that with games before that I don't care to finish.
yeah.
I've
Oh,
done
yeah.
that with like 2 or 3 like
I
AAA
have
games.
too.
It's like I've put enough time in this. I
I
just want to
can't.
see how it goes.
I
Is that
have
why
to
people
finish
like
the game.
watching video game streams?
Me?
It's a different type of stream. This is a like I end up
Get to
watching.
the
I've
end.
never played. I'm trying to remember which Assassin's Creed it is. It's the
Yeah.
pirate one.
Oh.
But like I just turned on. There's like this 2.5, 3 hour something. It's like kind of long, but it's like they just strung all the cinematic cutscenes together.
Yeah, every
And
game
so you
has
just
that.
yeah. So you just
You
sit
can
and watch
find
that,
that
and you're
video
like,
on every game.
yeah, and you're just like, cool. I know what this game's about now, I guess. And it's like if you don't feel like
Nice.
playing the game, you can just watch that.
I
Paul
don't-
says, by the way, people, my game of the year is Vermintide 2. Yeah, me too, I think. Not Hitman 2.
What?
Because Vermintide has co-op and boss fights. I love boss fights.
Oh.
LOL.
The bot.
And we have had some fun boss fights.
Yeah.
my game of
Miranda's
the year
really
so
good at
far
stabbing
is
the baby.
Monster Hunter.
Stab it
Monster
in the
Hunter?
baby.
Oh.
Okay.
They just announced the DLC coming out, but it's not till next year, and I think it's going to coincide.
Oh,
with
Monster
What is
Hunter?
my
I think it's going to
game?
coincide with the movie. In all honesty,
So Black Desert...
Uh-oh.
Well, Monster Hunter's open world, isn't it?
My game of the year is probably Smash Brothers.
really,
Yeah, honestly, it's so much fun. I think that they just nailed this new Smash Brothers. Knocked
I
out
only
of the
have what? We're December 22nd.
8 more days till you
I have
divide.
like, is it 8?
9 because I guess we have the
9 more
31st.
days,
Yeah.
and I can buy a new game.
What's
No.
the first one you're going to buy?
It'll probably be Smash Brothers.
That's a good
Really?
choice. I'll come over and play
Only
Smash
because
Bros.
Resident Evil 2 isn't out.
Oh, that's
Fair
right.
enough.
Unless actually my kids decide they want that
Oh.
for Christmas.
For
Then I
those,
Resident
guess I
Evil
would
2?
buy them Smash. No, Smash.
if you,
So that wouldn't be my. So then Resident Evil would still be my first game.
I haven't got to play it yet, but for the Switch on the Nintendo eShop, they released Katamari Rerolled.
Right.
So, and that looks like a lot of fun. I love the Katamari games, so
I don't think I've played any.
Wait, now did you
super fun.
you played Breath of the Wild already, right?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you finish it?
No.
Okay.
No, and
Speaking of
that's
finishing
the
games.
it's the same. Like,
Just want to do all the side stuff.
well, it's that comes out during the time where I didn't have you and Miranda. Reviewing games like all the time, like you guys are now.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? I feel like Breath of the Wild came out when Miranda was starting to review. I don't even think you were around, Dylan.
No, I don't think so.
And Dustin wasn't around. So there's just like me and Miranda, and maybe it was Cody.
No, Cody was kind of on his way out when we got in.
Never gotten into the Smash series?
No,
Me neither.
What,
I own all the Smash games. I've never
what
played
in
them.
the what in the you like fighting games?
Yeah, that's why I don't get into Smash. Oh, shots fired. Oh.
I'm just gonna leave. No.
Just
like
says
Smash.
I don't
Cody.
consider Smash like a typical fighter.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? It's
wait,
more
wait,
like a party fighter.
No, wait until you get this new one. I'll show you because like it's cool because they respect the people who play it as a party game, but it also they have a huge respect. Like it's got the duality of being like a casual game that people who are super into it can also play. So anybody can pick up a controller and play Smash. But if you're somebody who's competitive, you can pick up a controller and be super competitive in it too.
He's gonna convert you, Joel.
Yeah, I can show you that. I'll
If-
show you that
if
it's a
it
true
has
fighting
some
game
sort
because
of,
I'll
like-
just dominate you the whole time.
If it's a true fighting game, your
Yeah.
domination's only gonna last a week, and then I'm gonna pound you.
And then he'll think it's fun.
We'll see
Okay.
about that.
and then he'll think that Smash Brothers is fun.
Well, I'm just saying. I'm saying like if it's a real fighting game, I will learn it and I will.
It is.
dominate.
It is. So you like there's a party aspect of it.
But
where
I
you
don't
can-
feel like it is. I
you
feel
can-
like
Well, because like the original Smash games, they had like all these items and things in them, so that you use those and they give you an unfair advantage. This one you can turn off items, and it's just you're on a platform with another guy, and whoever beats the other person more wins. You can do that in this game.
John
Okay,
does ask
interesting.
what he thinks
should
everyone's
find out.
game of the year is. His would be DQ11. What is that?
Dragon Quest.
I do have that.
Yeah.
Someone bought it for me. Jimmy from Lots of Games sent it to me for Christmas. So far, so good. My game of the year is Monster Hunter.
Yeah.
I sunk so many hours. Obviously, I've played Black Desert Online a lot as well, but
Right.
that didn't come out this year. I feel like a game of the year has to be a game that came out.
Right.
Oh,
That's
in
why
the year
I
it
picked
came
that.
out.
So,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otherwise, holy
Probably
cow,
what I
am I
would.
loving that?
Vermintide 2. I agree with
Did
Paul.
that come out this year? No way. That's crazy.
Is it?
Vermintide 2
Yeah.
did. It's just you
Okay.
guys were playing the first one as well, so it
Right.
feels like it came out longer ago.
That being
Right.
said, I didn't play very many games this year because I couldn't buy any.
Fair enough.
You know, so
I feel like I had a different game of the year, but I'll have to
God of the War is pretty awesome.
think about that
Did
one.
I say God of the War?
I
I said something weird.
You said God of the War.
Yeah, I don't know.
Aries. The
I guess
basic
Slay the Spider, as Joel
You sound
calls
like an
it,
old
would be
person
my
from
second.
the East Coast.
Would be my second game of the year. That game is awesome.
When did Dead Cells? Is Dead Cells this year?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
that game's pretty dang fun.
And we reviewed it 9 times on this show.
You know, because it's fun, okay?
There was so
I
much
tr-
confusion with that whole Dead Cells
I've
review.
tried to tell you guys that we already reviewed it like twice before, and you're
No,
like,
we did it.
Do it
We only
again.
did it
No,
twice.
we did the beta, and then
We
we
did the beta, and then we did the full
release.
release.
no,
And
I
I
swear,
But
won.
you guys kept.
I
bringing
swear
it
we
up.
reviewed it way more because I was like, Joel, we already did this game twice already, and you're like, we're doing it anyways. I'm like, Joel, there's nothing more to be said. The game's there's
That's not true.
There's not a
We
whole
went
lot
over
more.
the streaming mode,
Listen,
and
she's in charge of everything. She knows what
All right.
games we're
In charge of
reviewing.
everything.
Well,
it's not
All of
true.
the things.
it turned out okay as it turns out, but we didn't quite hit the curve on that one with the whole
He's just salty because I beat him in the
the
America's
drama
Got
with
Talent.
who was it that stole that dude's content?
Oh, the IGN.
IGN, that's
review?
what it was.
Oh.
The IGN review that
Oh yeah, that,
copycatted.
Oh,
So
wow.
that was really
Took
bad.
all our
Yeah.
views.
yeah, it took all our views essentially, because like we were gonna be the Dead Souls reviewers, and then IGN had to have their story where they stole somebody else's content.
Yeah.
Yep.
Paul doesn't know whether to get Resident Evil 2 on PC or PS4. So
I
it
don't know.
started as a console game. I don't know if it's best as one.
Well, PC's always best, so...
I mean, it's
Yeah.
In all honesty,
PC,
PC
yeah.
will give you the best
Unless it's
graphics bang for your buck. I guess since you can play on a controller,
Dude, playing with...
It's
to be
the
fair,
same
like
thing
sometimes
anyway.
they
Yeah,
port
I don't-
games
and then
over
you
to
can
PC.
stream, and then we can still hang out. So I would say PC.
To be fair, they port games over to PC sometimes, and they're not done well.
true. It depends on who
Yeah.
does the port. Because you can say, like, Arkham Knight is a great example. Amazing game on the PS4. Double Helix handles the PC port and they take it off of Steam
Yep.
because it's so bad.
It was
Ugh.
just
You
buggy,
know,
terrible.
wow.
Mortal
crashing.
Kombat X,
I didn't know
another port they had to take off for a long time, bring it back.
So I
That's
generally
right.
tend to agree that PC's better, but they like
So it depends.
just depend
it
on the
depends,
port,
like
yeah.
and that's what I respect about Monster Hunter. Came out 1 year later because it's like, listen, we don't know nothing about PC, so we got to focus on it and make it right,
so.
and then bring it out for the PC.
John
And that's why
Cena?
Monster Hunter came out so later.
It just feels like an inhumane game. It's just not very...
Monster Hunter?
Yeah.
Oh man, I love it.
As soon as you get... Like, I was watching, I was like, oh, okay. And as soon as I saw, like, oh, you just lopped off that animal's tail. Oh, that's horrible.
And that's
It's just
the
laying there.
storyline of Monster Hunter.
Is you lop off its tail?
Is that they started killing all these monsters, and the monsters revolted, and basically civilization crumbled, and now you're starting.
By killing
By-
the monsters
By
again.
killing monsters.
And you're
By
repeating-
showing
Dude,
China
it is
back
it is
now
a
learned
very.
lesson.
I'll tell you what,
It's
it is
not
a
an agrarian
very dark
society.
and it is a very dark and morbid story that you're playing. Insane, especially if you followed it from.
I feel like it has
way
the
back in the
faulty
day to
logic
now.
of Thanos going on.
So we did an hour and a half stream. I think that's
Wait.
pretty good, huh? For
Before we go, you
Okay.
want
Quite
to
a
do
stream.
the giveaway?
oh yeah, let's do a giveaway between these two.
Well, we should also
Just
finish up
these two
what's
is
in the
what we
chat.
want.
Wait. How many giveaways do we have?
It's just one, but it's
Okay.
a
Well, we're
big
gonna
giveaway.
we're gonna stream more.
Yeah.
But we're gonna stream probably on YouTube or
Yeah.
should we try Facebook?
This I bought you guys something nice. So
Here, just to finish up the chat though, John says, I've never gotten into the Smash Brothers series. He also says, I own almost all the Pokemon games and I never got into it. And finally, I picked up Resident Evil 7 on PC and looked amazing.
Yeah, I would say if I would pick it up. I like trophies, and so I play a lot on the PS4, and I can relax and chill. So I would pick it up. It depends on how you play. Like PC, it's not as comfortable as sitting on this chair,
You
hanging
can't-
out and
you
just
can-
chilling, you know.
Oh.
And I feel like some games are better played that way, like a Resident Evil game.
Yeah.
You turn off the lights, you sit there, you get into it, you know. Or PC where I'm like looking over at the other monitor, okay, looking at my stats. There's like certain games I like to play on PC. Certain games I think are better.
Yeah.
gotcha.
That would be my input on it. So
Paul doesn't want to be part of your filthy giveaway, Dylan.
Well, in that case,
Paul
I
doesn't
would-
matter. How are we giving this away?
I don't know. If there's just two of them here, I was just gonna flip a coin.
Okay, do we do like some sort of I don't know, Media Glitch trivia?
We can. I don't care. I'm gonna leave this up to you. However you want to give it
Oh,
away.
I don't know. I need help, guys.
Media Glitch trivia?
If-
Like trivia about Media Glitch?
is it?
Yeah,
are-
like-
Are you doing it for all
Do we
patrons or
have
just
that
the ones
much-
that showed up?
Do we have
Yeah, the
lore
ones that
we
are in
can
here right
have
now.
Trivia
Okay.
about?
It's the ones that are in
So
here right
there's
now.
3 people
Well-
watching.
No, there's two.
And we just
What's the third?
Us.
Oh, we're watching.
Oh, because it's coming off. We can
Yeah.
read the comments.
Because it started off with one when we started it, and then Paul came in and it was two, and now Intrigue 3.
We have more Patreons. but
Yeah, I know that. I
They
know
just,
that.
you know,
They're
couldn't,
just, they're
couldn't
just
make
not
it
on
tonight.
at the moment.
So what are we giving away?
On Humble Bundle, they have a giant bundle where every single day they've released a game to give away. And so it's the Yogcast bundle. They donate to charity, Save the Children, I think. So I picked up the bundle, and so basically you'll get
So is that based
somewhere in
on,
the neighborhood of 25 games.
So is that based on Yog Sothoth? Is that what the Yogcast is?
Do you have, or do you,
Sounds
or should we give away one
Alright.
single game and give that away on the main YouTube?
Well, this one's like the nice one, so I figured we'd give it to
Oh,
our
okay.
patrons.
Because they're
it's up to
gonna. They said they're gonna shout out the channel, but they're just shouting out what?
Oh, John says
you. No, I just put the name underneath Media Glitch, so
Any
Yogscast will
players?
shout out.
Oh,
simulation
Media
and strategy games on PC.
yeah.
I like the simulation ones a lot too, and the strategy games.
Well, it's just PC
Okay.
lends itself more to those.
It really does. You have a way more, especially if you're playing something like Civ.
Well, even if you, look at like just StarCraft or something.
Oh, you know
like,
what game we should do
rounding
today?
up all that stuff
It's on
would be such a
YouTube?
pain and with a
That
controller.
trivia one, remember that?
What's that?
No,
You don't want to do that one?
I don't like that.
The quiz show?
No, I don't like it.
Okay.
Wait.
I like Jackbox. I think Jackbox is more
I don't
fun.
have that.
But yeah, that's the only thing though. So.
Because I don't know if we've done that with the fan base we have now.
I don't know. I don't care. I'm down for whatever. I'll play.
Is that the one where we pit our wits against?
Yeah,
Our
against
viewers?
fans?
the fans.
Mm.
And find out how poorly educated we are.
All right. Well, we will be doing probably another stream. We'll see.
How are we gonna give this away?
I don't know. I'm thinking right now.
How are we gonna give it away?
Well, if somebody bowed out of the contest and we only have one person left.
No,
Then it
he's
goes-
not in it. Okay, so when Media Glitch first started, it was me and 2 other people. Name the name of one of the other 2 people. First name.
Wait, what was the question?
When Media Glitch first started,
Okay.
episode 1, there were 3 people. Name the name of one of the other 2.
I don't know.
Don't go looking it up either.
That would be difficult anyway.
I know.
I don't think
That's
there's a
hard.
Wikipedia article.
I know
on
one
us.
of them off the top of my head for sure.
There
But I don't remember which
There
one
is
the
an
other one is.
IMDb page.
That's true.
There is.
Hold on. If I win, I will donate what I win.
So Paul's still in it, is what you're saying.
He's
I don't think
abdicating.
anyone knows the answer, so I might have to come up with another question.
I was gonna show off my I'm wearing Overwatch socks, guys. They're pretty cool.
I noticed that
Yeah.
in my kitchen when he first came in. I was like, oh,
I
well.
just
There
want to
is-
show the stream.
Okay, what's another one?
I'm trying to remember her first name, by the way, for that first question. It's Yazi Gallegos.
Yeah,
But
Joanne.
Joanne.
Joan.
Joan
Joan.
Yazi. For some reason, it's not right in my brain. I'm
Okay,
sure
how
you know
about
that.
this?
I'm trying to remember who was the other person that wasn't Joan.
A guy named Matt. His name was Matt. No. Yes. Matt. Dude, I'm telling you, there's a lot of people have gone through.
Yeah.
Okay, how about, can anyone tell me, before Miranda came, before the Miranda era, one person who was part of this team, the name. One other person who was part of the Media Glitch team.
Oh no, you
That's-
gave away the answer. Paul was still working on it.
Oh, really? A person that no longer is part of the Media Glitch team, that used to be part of the Media Glitch team, that came before Miranda. Oh, he typed it in as Tommy said it.
Yeah, yeah.
I thought we were moving on. This is why.
No, it was
Yeah.
fair enough. You gave
John
him.
answered.
You gave him enough time.
Well, Cody was
Wait. Somebody
you,
who was
though,
gone before.
before you came.
Oh, I thought you
Oh.
said he start as long as he
No,
started
no,
before and
Someone
then
who
left.
was gone before you came.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
So Cody does not apply.
Yeah.
That's what my guess would have been.
That's because he was here and you
I don't
remember
know.
him.
I don't know the answers to any of these questions. Am I terrible?
I
I
know.
need to go and review Media Glitch.
Like,
Yeah,
he's
you
like,
do.
dude, did you have a beard? When literally we shot like 30 episodes with me and a beard.
Your show's been going for a while.
Yes. Yes, we're going back. I'm gonna put these questions on the whenever we stream on YouTube and see if there's any old people that've been there for it.
Oh, really? That's cool. You can do that for like I'll after we finish up this one before we start the next one. Let me log into my Humble Bundle, and that way you can give away all the games that I have.
All right, one other question. Let's see.
Does
Miranda
nobody
come
know?
up with one.
Does nobody?
Oh,
know
if
who
someone
that
says
is?
something, we'll see. But
All right, that one's still on the table then.
Miranda, come with another question.
What's Media Glitch's most popular video on YouTube?
Media Glitch's most popular video on YouTube.
Yeah.
That feels like something we would
I
only know.
Feel like, oh no, you could just
You can
could just
search
go
it.
most popular video, but
Yeah,
um,
you can.
I
sort
think
videos by
is it
that.
still the same one?
Name
I think it is
Yeah.
the same one.
I can do like a easy one.
Actually, it's between two in my brain. That
Does-
it might be.
Is it too easy to ask him what the intro music is based off of? Is that too easy?
I could ask.
You want to do that?
Yeah.
All right. So what's Media Glitch's intro music based off of?
I have no idea.
I have no idea either.
You don't?
No.
It's
Really?
hilarious that you guys. don't
Cool. Then that might actually be an okay question.
A YouTube poll will be more fair.
know. What?
Yeah, I'm terrible at this.
This is what happens when
I
nothing is
think
planned.
both of these guys will know what the Media Glitch intro
So
song
it's
is.
whoever gets there first. Then
Revenge of Shinobi. There it is.
cool.
All right.
Entry
Good job,
Gaming.
John.
Entry Gaming.
John, aka John,
We will send you that code.
Do-
Is
do-
it in that email?
It's in. You'll have to get his email to send it to him. So,
Oh, okay.
but I'm sure. You can
Yeah, we
get
have
it.
it.
No
So
idea.
we'll put it in Patreon for you. So with that, we will end the stream, and we'll probably start up another one. I don't know. I kind of want to try Facebook out of curiosity,
Sure.
but there's gonna be no fans there.
I mean,
It's
there's
all-
like
oh.
5,600
Maybe.
people. Or
Now there's like
5,200.
5,000 followers.
They
on
might be like,
Facebook,
"Oh,
so
what's going on
there
here?"
might be
Yeah,
fans.
but I think it'll be all like crazy new people. But we could
That's
try
fine.
it,
Do it. Yeah, let's do it. Sounds like fun.
Yeah, we'll try the new thing.
and maybe we just do 20 minutes on Facebook. See, I can even get it running,
Yeah.
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 and then we'll eventually go to YouTube. I think. So.
I mean, I'm not sure. Well, yeah, I think they're just keys, so you feel free to do what you want with them. So.
Right. So, all right. Well, to all our Patreon people, thank you so much
Yes,
for your
thank you.
support.
Yes, thank you.
We appreciate
and the
it.
company.
Yes, it's been a great year, huh?
Yeah, absolutely.
And-
2018 in review.
Right.
Really
And,
good year.
Yeah,
Busy one, that's for sure.
Yeah.
and we apologize for the pictures, the pictures the drawings. We only got one out,
Yes.
But they're coming,
but they are coming.
Yes.
and they look
Yes.
great. So it's worth the wait.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
we
bubble
have-
bobble, man!
Mhm.
Oh my goodness,
I want to print now.
that was so good.
Yeah.
That bubble bobble picture that Alex did. So we got more
She did a
coming.
fantastic job. So.
We got more coming for you guys, but I hope you're enjoying the behind the scenes videos, all the stuff that we're, the streams,
Yep.
being a part of this. We thank you as well. So, with that being said, we'll see you guys. If you're watching this on YouTube, I guess subscribe, right?
Yeah.
Because it's actually going to be an
comment,
episode
subscribe.
afterwards. So,
Yes.
all right.
Thanks.
And
Uh-oh.
join our Patreon because that's how you get to watch it
There
live.
she
Yes.
True. I
And
guess we
add-
never
Add comments.
Yeah, absolutely. So thanks
If you
to our
wanna
patrons.
enjoy this nice little private session, and there's not a million people giving us questions,
It's true.
Yeah, see, look it's amazing. It's all amazing, Paul says. So, all right, guys, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.